Hello and welcome to the Livebook 2023 Taster Sessions. My name is Birgit Koopsen and I'm a mixed media, printmaking and art journaling teacher from the Netherlands, and I am thrilled to be invited by TAM for this unique event. I'm going to give you a little insight in me by giving you 15 facts about myself. I am together with my husband Eric for 36 years and still going strong. Together we have 3 amazing kids, Anne, Lennart and Marlijn, who all have already left the nest. I have a cat called Izzy and a horse called Levi. I live officially in the most beautiful village of the country, a title that we can carry for 4 years until another village gets chosen. I love color, but you will find out more about that later. My professional creative career started with scrapbooking in 2003. I have no art education other than graduating in drawing and art history in high school. I love to travel and meet new cultures. I taught workshops on 4 different continents. I speak 3 languages, Dutch, German and English, and enough French to make myself understandable during a vacation in France. I work best under pressure. Give me a deadline and I will get my best ideas, but always last minute. I am a product designer for a French company called Carabelle Studio, for whom I design 3 collections a year consisting of stamps, stencils and texture plates. I host a gel printing challenge on Instagram every year in May. Due to COVID, I switched from in-person workshops to online workshops completely, and I never thought that I would enjoy it as much as I do. And finally, my favorite flowers are tulips. So let me show you some of my work. As I said, gel printing is my main teaching activity and most of my classes are technique based. So as a teacher, I mostly focus on the process, the techniques and the variety of products to work with rather than finishing a piece completely. So with gel printing, I create mostly backgrounds for art journaling like these, which are really good starting points for art journaling or to add more layers. And I also like to create collage papers on, for instance, music paper or book paper, or do prints on tissue paper. Tissue paper makes a really nice collage material. So that's what I do a lot. But sometimes I like to take the prints a step further and create a finished print. Like this abstract piece, for instance, that is a 1-pull print. This has many layers built up on the gel plate and then print in one go. And sometimes I create finished pieces using image transfer techniques like these are, and these are basically ready to frame. When I'm not gel printing, I like to create multi-layered little abstracts like these, for instance, and they are quite intuitive. Often they include easy abstract leaf or flower shapes. Making art for me is a lot about stepping out of the hectic world for a moment and unstress and clear my head. And so I don't want to overthink my process, but rather just go with the flow. And another thing that I do is create my own journals. So these are all handmade journals, and this can be tag books like these, for instance, or a little bit more junk journal style. Of course, I use a lot of my gel prints in my journals. I really like to work in journals that already have backgrounds, that already have color on the pages. It makes it easier for me to start on them, and it has something to kind of jumpstart an idea in my head, and then I can work from that. I also like to do like little accordion books, or more like a block book style where I use gel prints as the actual pages of a book, and you create almost like a children's block book. And also more junk journal style journals where I use a real book cover, but then I just remove the inside and put gel prints and all kinds of other papers inside, and then I can work on top of that. What I really like to do is dedicate a journal to a specific product or a specific subject. So for instance, this one is all about circles. So all of the pages in here are based on circles, and then I'm using a variety of techniques and products and mixed media. But as you probably already noticed, I love color no matter what I do, and although my style may differ depending on the products I'm working with, my work is always colorful, bright and happy. It can be messy and intuitive to clean and well thought through. Like this little book in which I collected a bunch of small abstract paintings. And 3 of these paintings are available for you as printables, which is my taster session gift for you. So don't forget to grab them while you're here. And I think I've shown you enough of my work now to give you an idea about my style, and I hope you will join me for some colorful gel printing. So I hope you're ready, because in this gel printing session I will share my creative process that helps me clear my head. This process is all about a creative play and not about thinking. So when I'm very busy, when I have a lot of deadlines, or when I'm feeling stressed, I really love to do a gel printing session with no specific purpose in mind. So I'm just going to print for the sake of printing. Just gather my favorite acrylic paint colors and a bunch of printmaking tools around me, and I just start printing. So I'm going to build up layers while the only thinking involved is which colors I love and which textures speak to me in this moment. While I'm going with the flow, I forget about everything else. It's not even important if the prints turn out nice, but in general, I end up with a whole bunch of lovely collage or background papers and an empty head, inspired and ready to focus again. So I have everything what I need right here: my gel print plate and my brayer, some clean-off paper, paper to print on, and my favorite paints, and of course a variety of texture tools. So please join me in this session, relax and just be in this moment of colorful creativity. I like to start with creating a number of solid colored backgrounds, and after that continue adding layers and textures. So right now I only have to think about nice color combinations. How does creativity support your well-being? Well, being creative allows me to disconnect from the world for a moment. We all know there is a lot going on in the world, and watching or reading the news can be very overwhelming, make me sad or even angry. Although I am an optimistic and positive person, sometimes these negative feelings can make me feel down. When I'm creating, I am in my own little bubble in my art room, and I don't have to deal with anything from the outside. I only focus on my paper and my paints and loads of happy colors. Being creative helps me clear my head and feel positive again. What is most important to you as an artist? Well, I think doing what I like is the most important. When I just started my creative career, I was on a lot of design teams. A lot of times I had to work with products that I didn't really love, or my projects had to fit a theme that didn't speak to me. It happened many times that I ended up with pieces that I didn't like at all. They just didn't feel like me. I sometimes felt so limited that I lost my inspiration. I didn't feel like creating anymore, and I even wondered if I wanted to keep doing this as a job. And then one day I just decided to quit all of the design teams and only do what I like. Work with products I love and not to please anyone else but myself. And I think that shows. You can only create something beautiful and something that you're happy with if you do what you love. As an artist, what is your biggest struggle and how do you deal with it? Well, my biggest struggle is being a perfectionist. When I started scrapbooking, I used to build up the entire page without gluing down a thing. When I was satisfied, I would take a photo and then glue everything down using my photo as a reference. When I got into gel printing and mixed media, I discovered that the outcome almost never met the perfect picture, the idea in my head. I got a lot of disappointments and I realized that I had to learn and let go of that picture in my head. I had to let go of perfection. It was a long road and I can not say that I never struggle anymore. But what really helped and still helps me is exactly the same as what I do to clear my head, and therefore the same as I will do in this session, creating without a goal. Creating purely for the sake of being creative. I tell myself that it is not important what will come out. It doesn't have to be pretty. I don't have to share it. I can even throw it away if I really hate it. Telling yourself that it is totally okay if nothing comes out truly helps. What specific skill would you like to develop more? Daily life sketching and watercoloring, definitely. I love drawing everyday life in a sketchbook, but this is also something that I am being a perfectionist about, which makes that it takes a lot of time. I would love to be able to get looser and quicker in my drawings, and I wish I had way more time, or maybe I should say make more time to do it. What do you want beginner artists who are struggling to know? You've just got to do it. Show up and do it. You can only learn and develop and build something by doing it. Scrolling through Pinterest and Instagram and saving your favorites is not being creative. And don't do what everybody else is doing. Do what you love and everything will work out. real time, this session took 1 hour. The result is a pile of beautiful printed papers, a clear head, and I feel inspired and ready to focus again. I hope you enjoyed watching and feel inspired to just sit down and create for the sake of creating. I promise it will make you feel good. I am looking forward to seeing you in Livebook 2023. I hope you will join us. Bye!